What's going on? This is Joseph for Run the Comics. I am back for Comic Book Haul. I hope that you are doing well during these times. In 2020, you know, we're still going through this pandemic, even though things are easing up. We're able to get back to work, get back to going shopping, especially comic book shopping. But, you know, for those who've been shopping on eBay and online, we've always had those opportunities to do online shopping, so we don't have to get out, especially for those who are kind of wary about how things are. But hey, I got things while at shops and I got things online. So I want to go through this. Definitely check out my other platforms for Run the Comics. I have a Facebook page, facebook.com/runthecomicsog. That is my Facebook page. Follow me there, subscribe on there. I'm gonna have content specifically for Facebook. IG is at Run the Comics. I'm always doing things there, taking pictures and other things, videos, but really showing off the comics. Have a lot of content on there. And of course, you're here on YouTube. If you're on here on YouTube, salute to you. Hope you enjoy yourself. Check out my other videos. I have a lot of videos from previous hauls and other content which I've dropped on YouTube. Really not only showcasing my love of comics, the different artists, the different writers and different companies that have produced these comics, and just the overall love of the community and people who are bringing their voice into this hobby of ours, which for many is a money-making business, and for others it's just something they love to do. They love the stories, they love to read and get into these artists' renderings of these stories of science fiction and fantasy. And it's just something which just takes us back, especially for those like myself who've been collecting since I've been a kid, take you back to your youth. And now as an adult, I can still collect it, but also I can see some of the added benefits of speculation, of having books that actually can have some type of worth to it. So that's really dope. So let's just go through, because it's a big, I haven't done a video in a very long time. It's mainly because I wanted to get all these runs which I've been kind of collecting, these hauls from different places, from eBay, from Instagram, and also from my LCS. I just wanted to just get everything. So everything has come in. So since everything has come in, so I'm just going to do a video. So let's get at it. First, let's go to Walmart. Y'all know Walmart is dropping comics now. Not only those packs, DC and Marvel, but they also been dropping the Allegiance Arts comics that have been coming out, and I have been collecting those. And they've gotten to issue number 2, what they call episode 2 of their first season of comics. And I got all of episode 2 except for one. It's 4 books they released, but the one which I did not show off last time was the Futurists number 2. So I want to show it off first. There's only one book. Bam, got that. Still do not like that they're putting these price labels on the books. That is a no-no for anybody who's a comic collector. We hate that. When you get it off, you still have a sticky residue. I don't know how that affects the grading system of the comics, but that's just really whack. Another couple of books I got was from eBay. I don't know the name of the eBay store. I'll probably put it up on here. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. But it's only 2 books. But I want to get this one because I remember hearing about this when reading some other books, and I got to actually do some pressing on it because it's got a little bit of wrinkle, but it's not color breaking. But that was, you know, I'm a big Green Lantern fan. I'm gonna always say that, especially for people who want to give some gifts to the channel. Hal Jordan is Green Lantern, right? Well, Hal Jordan was also the Spectre. So this is Hal Jordan, you know, being the Spectre number 1. This is back in 2001. So that is real dope. I saw that and I picked that up. But the main reason I got that book was mainly because I got this book, and that happened to be in their other lot of books that they were selling on eBay, and that's for Sera and the Royal Stars, which I've been collecting that run. I think they have finished their first lot, or their first run, first season, first, what do you want to call it, first volume. But this one is an homage cover to Wonder Woman. I think it's Wonder Woman 22. If not 22, I'll put the picture of the Wonder Woman that it's an homage to, but that's really a dope looking book right there. I saw that and I had to grab that. So that's Sera and the Royal Stars, which is a good book in itself. I like the story of her trying to reconnect with her family, but also being guided by the stars, who are some of their celestial providers or their gods or whatever. So that's really dope. Let's go over here to books. Well, let's go to this graphic novel, because I wanted to get the graphic novel for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger and got it because I actually got this from Barnes & Noble, and I didn't read the whole thing, but I've gone through a lot of it. But this was just a dope story. If you hear about Superman, you know, it's a few stories that are very well done. And this was one which was written by Mark Millar and illustrated by, I believe it was Dave Johnson. That was illustrated by, yes it was. Dave Johnson illustrated. And also Killian Plunkett. And that is Superman, Red Son. What if Superman, instead of landing over in the Midwest, what if he landed in Russia? So this is a really dope story. It shows about what happened to the other heroes and kind of like their story, because it's different. You know, Hal Jordan is different, Wonder Woman different, Batman, they're all different. Now they're no longer the same. Reality has been has twisted and changed. These next books come from the company Stranger Comics. If you want to go to Stranger Comics, check them out, strangercomics.com. Jones, I forgot his first name, but Jones is the one who's the owner of the comic store, and they've been doing a lot of books, especially Niobe. She's one of their leading characters. They also have Dusu, but they also had this other character, which is kind of their vampiric kind of character. It's kind of a bad guy or bad gal, but she also had her own series. And this one, which I found out, was also autographed. And the name of it is Essessa #1, and there's actually 3 autographs. This one down here on the bottom. Jones autographed it, Kozine, I believe, autographed it, and I believe White autographed it. And another 2, one above the sword and one below the sword. So it's actually 3 autographs on this one. So I got this. This was actually thrown in because I only ordered 2 books, but this was thrown in. So big up to Stranger Comics for sending that to my way. I already had Niobe She is like #1, but I want to get the blank cover variant. I am an artist, I may do something on here, or get somebody to draw something on it for me. Really dope. And this one is actually completing, I think the run, or should I say the volume 1 for Niobe She is Deaf, I think it ended at #4. So this is the 4th issue, which is a connecting cover with cover 3, which I have 3, and that is Niobe She is Deaf #4. So that is really dope. So I have all 4 of those books. Another book that I got online was from great tag team artist writer of Greg Burnham and Marcus Williams, who has done the story of Tuskegee Heirs, kind of based off the Tuskegee Airmen of Tuskegee, Alabama, for a historically black college there. But this is #4 of their book. They've been putting out for a few years now, and the cover was done by Milton, I forgot his name. I was gonna say Milton Thomas, is the guy I went to school with at Fisk University, another HBCU, but I forgot his name. I'll probably put his name on here if I forget. But Milton did the cover. This is the variant cover. Oh, too much glisten with that Manowar. But that's a really dope cover for Tuskegee Heirs #4. Check them out. You can go to TuskegeeHeirs.com, and they have all of their books, and they also have other things too that you can pick up from there. Really dope artists. Now let's get into this nitty gritty. The nitty gritty. I'm trying to think where to start. I got 4 piles. With these 4 piles, there's actually 2 places. One is in a comic book shop that I frequent called My Parents' Basement in Avondale Estates, Georgia, kind of near Decatur. Really dope place that I go to. And also an online Instagram auctioneer, which I've been going to for a little while now. Comics Zombie. And he has some dope books. A lot of things to fill my runs, and also some books which I haven't seen before, or books from my favorite artists which they released on. So I'm really glad to pick that up. So let's go to this first one, which is from my comic shop, and I'll show you some of the books I picked up there. We have Green Lanterns 34, going back to some old volume 2, I believe. So some Hal Jordan with the grays, so it's kind of affected by the parallax. And this one, I made a joke that this is the first cover of Mickey Mouse in DC Comics with Green Lantern Corps number 203, which, if you know, Green Lantern Corps started right after, I think, 201, which was actually their first issue of the Green Lantern Corps. This is like the third issue, and this is not the first. This is what's his name? This is the squirrel. No, Chip. What's the name of that Green Lantern? But it looks like a Mickey Mouse glove. Yeah, you guys see like a Mickey Mouse glove. But it's not his first appearance, but it's really dope. Giving him his Green Lantern ring. Let me see if I can kind of mix these up. We have the last issue of the Wildstorm, number 24. I think I have about 2 or 3 more issues to complete this entire run. There's 24 books in this run. I think it's a very interesting story. It uses some characters from previous Image Wildstorm catalog, and what's his name? The Grifter. Grifter is a part of this, which is a really very interesting character, being very underused. Hope they will use him. He's a very cool character. But that's the Wildstorm. This is the Immortal Hulk 36, which I think was getting back to how the series started, because it kind of going off on a tangent with some stories, kind of in the 30s and late 20s. But this, I think, is returning back to the horror aspect of the Incredible Hulk, or should I say the Immortal Hulk. So this is Immortal Hulk 36, Alex Ross cover. You're gonna be seeing a lot of Alex Ross covers in this comic book. I was able to find Strange Academy #1. This is the 3rd printing, so very hard to get that 1st and 2nd printing, and the variants are even harder, more expensive. But I was able to get the 3rd printing, which was very dope. I like the cover, which is basically a scene on the inside. We have more of my Green Lantern love, Far Sector #7. This is the variant cover. Really dope. Far Sector #7. This is the Virgin variant cover of a very interesting story, which I was going to actually not collect anymore, but because of this book and the way the story has turned, or I think I'm going to continue with it, and that's for Wind from Boom Studios. This is #3, Virgin variant cover. Pretty dope. Of course, I am the collector of the Dark Knight Death Metal, and it's that Art Germ #3 cover. Really dope. There's Supergirl in there. Been liking the story. Really interesting how things are going. Have 2 books. It's from 2 different times, which I went to the store, and they are numbered from Image Comics Decorum, about an assassin who has a style about her own. It's Decorum #3, and Decorum #4. Really dope. This book is actually on my pull list. I was able to find this book, which I was going to get online, but I'm glad I found it at my LCS. It is the new volume for Exo Manowar #1 for Valiant. And this is cover. This is the first cover. It's cover A. That's just so dope. Really dope. This story, I'm so happy to be getting back in. This is on my pull list because the first series, the first volume, I got into late. Wasn't able to get the A cover for #1. I didn't get like the 3rd, 4th, 5th prints. Like we went for a lot of prints for that first issue. But the rest issues 2 through 5 or 6, I got all the first print issues, and that's for Canto, which is from IDW. This is Canto 2, The Hollow Men. So this is the first issue of that. So I'm collecting that. This is a good story, endearing story about. I hope they use him in some kind of way. A movie, an animation. I think an animation will work well with this story. And just a different type of animation they should use, because the illustration style is very different. So they shouldn't use anything that's realistic. I would use some more of an animated style rather than computer graphics and style like that. Something is Killing the Children. This is the 2nd printing, I believe, #7. Hard to get that first printing of this book, 8, and I think 9. So, but I was able to get 7 because the story is really dope. Another book I found, A Return of Mega Man. Mega Man #1. This is the Virgin variant foil cover. Look at that. Really dope. Very interesting story. Doesn't really involve Mega Man, but it involves kind of like the world that he's in, and basically he's called on for help. But it's really interesting. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue with it. I may. I always give books a shot for the first book, and then I may get the second issue, depending on the story, and then I usually just kind of see if I'll get it here and there. If it's a very compelling book, I will get those books, and I'll even put them on my pull list, like Something is Killing the Children. And this next book right here, Once in Future, number 10, awesome book. Awesome story about the whole King Arthur and the knights of the Round Table and all these other British folklores has come to life. So this is very dope. Once in Future, if you haven't gotten this, find this. If you can't find it, get the trade for it. But yeah, that's a really dope story. Once in Future, number 10, illustrated by Dan Mora, written by Kieran Gillen. And of course, it's the big story, which everybody's talking about right now, and that is Batman 3 Jokers. Batman 3 Jokers number 1. I wanted to get that other number 1 with Joker on the cover, but it was not there when I went. That's all right. I got this one. And wait till number 2 come out, and he also had a little trading card that come with it. You know, we have a trading card that comes with each of the issues, which I think is going to be out of these books. This is book 1. I think they're going to have like 4, I believe. So, and many variants. So that was really cool. Next, let's go with the books which I got from Comic Zombie, an online auctioneer on Instagram. Firstly, I got Velocity for Top Cow, based off the character who was a part of, I think she was part of the Wildcats for Image. So this is the pilot season, number 1 for Velocity. We also got her mini series, which I think was 4 issues. So I have all 4. So this is number 1. This is the alternate cover, cover B. One get, which I may have to find that on cover A. This is cover B. I really want to get cover A because cover A is illustrated by Kenneth Rocafort, and that's cover 2, which is illustrated by Rocafort. The rest of these are Rocafort covers 2, 3, and 4 for Velocity. One of those speedster characters. And now we're going to go to Project Superpowers. Alex Ross covers. You know I love Alex Ross as an illustrator. This is Project Superpowers number 5, featuring the Arrow and the Target. We have Project Superpowers 2, issue number 7, which is featuring Burning Eagle, Black Owl, and Mancat. Alex Ross goodness, y'all. And I don't know if this is Alex Ross or if this is the other artist whose name I can't forget, painter style, but this is the Defying Devil. This is number 1. I don't know if this is Federici or Alex Ross, I'm not sure. Maybe Federici, because Federici did a lot of the issues also for Dynamite. So all of these books were from Dynamite. The 2 Alex Ross I just did, and this one, Dynamite Comics. Let's go to Marvel. Most of you're gonna see is not Marvel, so you did see Strange Academy. But here's the other one, and of course at this point in time, actor Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther, died about 2 weeks ago, I think from this date. I don't know if it was 1 or 2, I think it was 2 weeks ago, of complications of cancer which he had kept secret and silent. Nobody knew about. And you know, that goes to show that the people who in his circle kept his privacy private, but through that he had it for the last 4 years. So through the filming of all the movies that he's done for Marvel, he's actually been filming those movies, plus the other movies he's done while battling cancer. Really a great actor, very young, actually older than I thought. He was actually 40 or 41. But I got this book online, which is another great talent who passed away, Michael Turner, artist. This is Black Panther number 24, which was part of the Civil War. So there you go. So rest in peace to Michael Turner and also Chadwick Boseman. Here you have Green Lantern 34, have Sinestro and Hal fighting together. Atrocitus, not Atrocitus' first issue, but it's a dope cover of Atrocitus, an early Atrocitus. I think this is really talking about the origin, kind of going back. So the back issue is more of the Atrocitus. Now it's like the early Atrocitus, younger Atrocitus. And these two books, the first one is a part of a connecting cover, which I need, I think three more issues to make the entire connecting cover, which is part of Image, Wildstorm, New Horizons. And this is for Phantom Guard #1, illustrated cover by Travis Charest, the dope artist. I'm going to be featuring him on my artist spotlight. Hopefully sooner than later. I haven't done an artist spotlight in a few months now. I need to get back to that. But this is Travis Charest cover for Phantom Guard #1 on Image, and also have Phantom Guard #3. I think it was a short run series. I think it only went maybe 5 or 6 issues. This is #3, and it's a Travis Charest cover also. Really good. 2 more pops. This is a mega haul, y'all. Mega haul. This one is back to still with Comic Zombies, another time which I collected from him, which is kind of a big pile, which he actually keeps mine from week to week, so I don't just pay right off. But this is for a book I've been collecting ever since it first came out for Marvel New Universe, and that's for Justice. This is #22. My youngest son is named Justice, so that's really dope. This is #22. I forgot how many issues it has in total, but I think this is near the end of the run, because this is actually the year that the Weeks, I think it's Lee Weeks who did this cover, illustrated this in '88. So that's Justice. Most of y'all watching this weren't even born. This is a part of the DC Milestone universe, Milestone universe, which they're trying to bring back, which they're going to be bringing back, I think, in 2021, which is very interesting, very exciting about that. And this is a cover. I don't know how many. I think I'm going to bring back the lead characters from the DC Milestone universe. Some of the main ones like Hardware and what's his name? Static Shock and Icon. I know they're going to bring those back, but I don't know if they're going to bring back some of the other groups. And this is one of them, a guy by the name of Death Wish. And this is, I got this because of the cover, really interesting. #4. Back to this Alex Ross goodness. This is for Image, Homage Comics, Astro City. This is #6. Alex Ross, dope cover. And this, I just saw the cover and I just had to grab. I don't know who the character is, but the cover really inspires me wanting to know more about this character. This is for Dynamite Comics. I guess it's under the same kind of grouping as the other characters, which are more like these classic legacy characters from the past that's brought to the present. And this character, we really like to know more about him. It's called this is called Bring the Thunder, and I have issue #2. Kind of have Black Lightning. I have a Black Thunder character, and also we have issue #3. Really dope Alex Ross covers. Really dope. All right, characters I'm a very big fan of, and I'm trying to get this whole run of his first series, but he had some spin-offs, and that's Tom Strong for America's Best Comics, and this is his Tom Strong's Terrific Tales, which I think it was a 12-issue series. Well, I have the first 4, and these covers were illustrated by Arthur Adams, the great Arthur Adams, and that's one which includes Tom Strong, his daughter, which I forgot her name, is Tom Strong, young Tom Strong, and character by the name of Johnny Future. It's a cheetah character. But this is #1. Arthur Adams goodness. I like this cover. Tom Strong's Terrific Tales #2. Here's with the young Tom Strong, #3. And it's a really dope Leap of Faith, Tom Strong. Yeah, I like that Miles Morales when he was into the Spider-Verse, kind of falling. He did it first. This is from 2002. That's dope. It's diving. This is another one of the side stories. This is Tom Strong and the Planet of Peril. He's kind of a classic, kind of legacy, kind of built character. And I've completed this run with these two last books, and this is issue number 5. And issue number 6. So that completes that 6-issue run, which I've been trying to do. Great. And this is back to the initial Tom Strong run, which I think went either 33 or 34 issues. I'm unsure. I think it's around those issues. This is 32. All right, let's get to more that. Let's get into some more of that Green Lantern goodness. We have a 3-issue kind of book to book little run. I have this 3-issue run for Green Lantern Corps number 23, 24, and 25. Dope. And here is Green Lantern number 33. You saw 34 in my previous run. So that's 34, so it's 33 and 34. Talking about Secret Origins 5 and 6. So really dope. I have both of those. In this book, I went to, I don't know if you have an Ollie's in your area, which they're kind of you can buy things inexpensively, but they sell comic books and trade paperbacks, and they have like little packs, kind of like how Walmart have their 3 packs or their little bunch of comics in the pack, but they have packs also. And this was one which I had talked about in a previous Run the Comics episode, but the comic was messed up. I was able to find it from Comic Zombie, and it is a beautiful cover. I like the action. It's really dope. It's Green Lantern number 45. This is the battle between Sinestro and Sapphire. Fear versus Love. That's a really dope cover. All right, and then here is the books which I actually picked up today from not only my LCS, which I talked about before, my parents' basement, but also another one called Challengers Comics, which is based in Decatur, not too far actually from my parents' basement. But I was able to pick up this book, which is part of a run from Icon, which I think is in part of the Mark Millar, and a lot of his imprints and all the books which he put out is on his Millar world. And in Icon, I think, is a subsidiary of Image. No, Marvel actually, because at the bottom it says Marvel.com. So Icon is part of Marvel. It's under Marvel. And it's Impress number 6. They went 7 issues, so I have one more issue. So I was hoping they had number 7 there, but they didn't. They only had 6. So that's dope. You know, everybody's getting these hip-hop covers. We'll be doing a hip-hop cover video. I think I actually did it. I may have to redo it so I can include this, because I didn't have that many hip-hop covers, but this one is basically an homage to the Ghetto Boys' first album, and this is Uncanny X-Men number 1. And you sometimes wonder, why do you use these books with those particular hip-hop covers? It's kind of interesting how if you look at their names and then they have like their little numbers under them, how it actually, those spell out the first, instead of they usually have just use their prison number, but then sometimes they used to use their the date of birth. But this is showing you what book, the code under them is actually showing you what book was their first appearance, which is very dope. So I was like, what does it mean? So like for Phantom X, New X-Men, and it came out 128, I don't know if it's 128 or 12/8/2002. Mystique, it's 1978. Magneto, 1963. Sabretooth, 1977. So that's really dope how they did that. The book that it came out in, which I think it's the issue. Actually, it's New X-Men 128. It's the Magneto came out of X-Men, which I forgot which one. But one night, number 1 from 1963. Mystique came out, I forgot the name of the book, but it was 116, and then Sabretooth is issue 14 for IF. I don't know what IF stands for, but I may put up on the screen so you know what was their first appearance. And this is a book which they just came out. It was actually on my pull, but I grabbed a variant. I did not get number 1 cover, but they had number 1 cover, and that's for a new series for Boom Studios. We only find them when they're dead. Really dope. Issue number 1. I heard it's a very good story, so I can't wait to dig in. Now let's get into these books that I found and also was on my pull. They had this, which I was happy to get because it's the last issue for this particular run for the Deceased books from DC, and that is their variant covers. And this is Deceased number 3. Dead Planet, Deceased Dead Planet number 3. Their movie poster homage. I forgot what movie that's for. Remember I showed you Something's Killing the Children before, number 7. Well, this is number 10. So here's the first printing, which I was happy they had that. Number 10. Now I need to get 8 and 9. And I'm gonna show these really quick because they did have a bunch of free comic book day cover books. I'm just gonna go through these really quick. It's a stack of them, so I'll go through these really quick. You have Lady Mechanica, which is done by Joe Benitez. So Lady Mechanica. We have the Best of 2000 AD, which is a print, a small indie print. So, but they're the print that comes out with Judge Dredd. That's the biggest character is Judge Dredd. So I guess they have some other issues, so you know who's in that particular brand, so you can check out some of those books. We have Vault Comics Dark One, Invincible number 1, which I have a few Invincibles. So I think this is my second issue of number 1 free comic book day. Here's one called Owlie. I think I may give this to my youngest son Justice. Owlie. I got 3 copies of Investigators, which I don't know what company's from, but it's 3 books, that kind of kiddie books for my kids. The Owlie is a Scholastic book. We have Usagi Yojimbo from IDW. I got 2 of those. Free comic day version. I have this. I should have got another one of these. This is very interesting. Jack Kirby: The Epic Life of the King of Comics by Tom Scioli. This is from 10 Speed Press. Should have got a few of these. That's really nice about Jack Kirby. And I'm also an anime head. One of my favorite animes is Naruto, and they do have Naruto 20th anniversary. Got 2 of these. They talk about Samurai 8 in there also, another story. And more like Shonen Jump on the back. Whew. So I'm really happy about that. And the last 3 books. Part of Death Metal is Trinity Crisis. Really dope. Really happy with that. This one last. You have that, what's the name of that book? You Only Find Them When They're Dead. This is the variant I was talking about. I forgot the name of the artist that this is. He did this variant cover. I'll put his name, put him up there. Really dope. This was one of my favorite books when it first came out, the first 5 issues, the first volume. This is the beginning of the 2nd volume. It is back, and I love this story about a father and son lost in space trying to reconnect from Jason Aaron. Dennis Hallam illustrated in A Sea of Stars, number 6. It is back. I am so happy this has come out. This has come out. Really dope. If you haven't heard about Sea of Stars, check it out. If you only can find a trade, get the trade. But Sea of Stars is a great story, really funny. And last book, I am getting these homage covers, I tell you. This is the one which I'm glad I finally got this because I think this is the last of this particular volume. The volume 2 is for Bitterroot, for Image Comics. It's another one of their movie variants. And this is the Bitterroot number 10 variant, which is the variant for, oh man, I forgot the name of the movie. I'll put the cover over here of what this is homaging. And I think it's I don't think it is. Is it New Jack City? No, it's not New Jack City. It's another black film from the 90s. The only thing I'm still missing is number 7 movie cover, which was, I think was an incentive cover. So it's very difficult to get. I only seen 2, try to bid on 1, but it got up to like $80 or something like that, and I didn't get it. And the other one's over $100. I'm gonna find it somewhere. I'm gonna find it. I just need to get that one book I am looking for. If anybody know about Bitterroot, it is the one I'm trying to get is the what homage cover is that? Bam! I remember. Boys in the Hood homage cover. That's right. Boys in the Hood homage cover for Bitterroot. I think it's number 7, I believe. Yeah, number 7. And trying to get that, trying to find that. Anybody know about it, where I can get it, let me know. DM me, email me, text me, whatever. I need to get that one because that will complete my 90s movie covers for Bitterroot. So that's my mega haul. Hope you enjoy this. A lot of books, a lot of reading to do, a lot of bagging and boarding I have to do, but I am so happy for this particular run. This is going to last me for a while. Of course, books come out every week, but I'm just going to get ones which really mean something to me, and hopefully you'll get books that really mean something to you. Not trying to get what everybody else is getting, or trying to be a part of that FOMO, which means think you're going to fear or you're going to miss out on some books. Just get the ones that you really like, especially ones that have the great stories. Support your indie comics, indie creators, like I've supported from everybody from Tuskegee Heirs, Boom Studios, independent, smaller comic label is doing things. And there's some other books which are coming out that I actually have. Basically, I did a pre-order for one. It's called King Comics. Ooh, got mosquitoes out here. I'm outside. From King Comics, which I will be, when that comes, I'm definitely going to share that here and let you know where you can pick that up. But hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Joseph. Thanks for running the comics. Definitely like, share, and subscribe to this this video and this page, this vlog of mine. I hope to do more for you, that you can check out what I'm getting and now some of the things that's going on in comic book culture. Oh yeah, what about the thing about that DC fandom? It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. It happened about a couple of weeks ago, but it was pretty dope. Let's see what comes up from that and see if we can continue up along with this multiverse from DC, which has always been popular, which I've always subscribed to. I think it's always better to do in that than the continuity, but we shall see what happens. All right, y'all have a great week, great weekend, great rest of the year. Until next time, grace and peace.